I've got myself a log for my burnout bowl. I've chosen pine because it's not a dense wood, it burns fairly quickly, so placing the embers on the top is going to burn through the wood quick and produce the bowl that I want, the divot in the wood. At the moment I've got my fire going. There is some good embers already, so I'm going to start laying the embers on top. These are the basic tools you want when making a burnout bowl. I've got a fire blower for giving the embers I'm going to put on the log some oxygen so it burns through. So that's a really good thing to use. You can also make natural ones of these from bark or elder wood if you scrape the pith that's inside, so it makes the wood hollow and you can blow through it. Pair of tongs, I've literally just made these, they don't take too long. This is for getting the charcoal out of the fire. And then this one is just for scraping the charcoal out that you form whilst burning it. You can also use your knife, but this is also really good using a piece of wood. You don't have to use this tool, it just helps. I've made a burnout bowl before with just blowing with no tool. Also, I feel like this gives a lot more oxygen directly to one point, as it's got a small surface area at the end. So I just feel like it's more effective. Same if you used wood or bark, it's aiming the oxygen you're blowing out on one area. If you do decide to not use a tool for giving it oxygen, then don't be on the side or where the wind's blowing, otherwise the sparks will just fly straight into your face. So be on the opposite side. So I think the initial stages is to form your divot into the wood and kind of shape the hole that you want. This takes quite a while and I want to get quite a wide bowl so I can fit a lot of water inside. So this is going to be a really long process. It's going to take a long time to form a hole that's big enough to collect water in there. So you can already see that there's a little divot forming already. I just want to make the hole a bit wider as well, so I'll add more charcoal. So starting to see the shape. So I've just been placing embers and blowing on it and then scraping out the bits of charcoal inside, and I finally got this shape. So I'm going to carry on doing that. It's definitely not deep enough yet for collecting water. So I'm getting a pretty even shape. If you wanted to keep it contained and keep it one in a real circular shape, then you can wet the outsides so the flame doesn't spread. So here is a selection of burnout bowls that I've got here. Obviously you can do different styles and sizes depending on what you want to do with it. I think these two are better for smaller jobs, and then if you want to boil water with hot rocks you'd use a larger container for collecting water. So yeah, it's just all different things you can do with burning out material. You can make couscous and spoons, stuff like that. Obviously, if you were dependent on using this bowl for collecting water, then you'd want it a lot larger. You'd get a log with a much bigger surface area. Obviously, in our modern society, a lot of campers and bushcrafters take pots with them, so you can collect water very easily. Where obviously if you go more primitive, it becomes difficult, as you've got to make some sort of device, just like I've done here with the burnout bowl, and you've got to improvise with the tools you've got and the surroundings you're in. So a good challenge that I was thinking about doing is going out and collecting a litre or just under a litre of water from the land. So that could be from moss, it could be from little dips in trees that you get where the tree naturally has a hollow in it. It could be reading the landscape and seeing dips and little crevasses in the landscape that water is going to run to. A lot of animals, if you follow game trails or look for animals, they're most likely to be near a water source. So that's an ideal giveaway, because if it was in a survival situation, that's something that you'd have to do. I think in a future video, in a separate one from this, I will use a burnout bowl, go out and try collect water from the environment and boil it with hot rocks. Yeah, you get rocks or stones from the land and you put them into the fire. Once they're really hot, then you put them into the water that you've collected and try and boil the water so it's fully purified and safe to drink. So yeah, I've really enjoyed making the burnout bowl. It's been great. Ideally it should be bigger if I was dependent on it for collecting water and boiling it, because it wouldn't be way near enough for collecting water to sustain myself. But like I said, it's a really good skill that I've learned and had a go at, being able to make a hole for collecting water. I probably will make another one, maybe a bigger bowl, just to experiment with it, as
It's just really good, even just for making nice bowls out of it, just for bushcraft, not necessarily survival. Definitely recommend the blowing tool that I've got, that's really essential. So thank you for watching this video, and I will be uploading more videos on this Bushcraft Basics series that I'm doing. I just want to give a huge shout out to a really nice guy who's just started a new channel. So he already had an older channel which was 401 Files, but he's recently come up with this new channel that sounds like a really awesome idea. So that is Ben from Bushcraft Basics with Ben. He's based up in Yorkshire, so if you want to go over and check either 401 Files or Bushcraft Basics with Ben, then definitely recommend that. So thanks again everybody, take care and stay safe in these crazy times. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.